You know how some days you can just feel like it's gonna be a good day? Kind of got a rainbow up in the sky. Must be raining somewhere. It's not raining here. We have little to no wind. There's only one truck and trailer in the parking lot. We got the boat hooked up and we're gonna be dropping it in the water. That is how you know it is gonna be a good day. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet, but if you guys are new here, definitely go down and hit that subscribe button down below. We do all sorts of fishing on this channel that I don't want you guys to miss out on. Ice fishing is right around the corner. I got some really awesome stuff that we got planned for ice fishing this season. But without further ado, we're gonna get the boat launched. We're gonna head out onto the water and hopefully catch some fish. So stay tuned. Here we go. Come on. It's a nice fish. Got him. Yep. Definitely not a big one. This one was all fired up, unlike those other ones we were casting at. This one just rifled right in. Woo! He's got a little more vinegar in him now. Oh, heck yeah. Walleyes right there. I'll tighten that drag up a little bit. We'll get him up here. There he is. Beautimus. Yeah, it sure is crazy when you go from fishing one part of Green Bay to fishing the northern part of Green Bay. And that is one of the coolest things about Green Bay. You get a couple of different ecosystems on this body of water. You know, you get that very northern part of Green Bay, you kind of get that mid-northern part of Green Bay, that Door County area, and then you get the southern part, otherwise known as Lower Bay. And there's different fish throughout the entire system. And you can just tell by the colors of these walleyes. You know, you get up north and these colors just, they get a lot darker, mainly because these fish are swimming in deeper water. They're feeding on relatively different bait, depending on where they are in the system too as well. And show jig cracked that one. But yeah, if we were keeping fish, that'd be a great eater. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get that fish put right back in the water. We aren't keeping any today. But yeah, that's a great start to the day. We got a little bit more wind than we thought we were gonna have. We have a northeast blow. Anytime you get a little bit of a northeast wind on Green Bay, it's always, you always gotta like multiply it by 2. Because whatever they're saying out of the northeast, Green Bay is like, yep, nope, we're gonna make it like ×2 of that. So one little tip for fishing Green Bay, if you got a northeast wind, it's gonna be a little more bumpy than you think it's gonna be. Here we go. This one will do it. Come on. Really?
Are you on that?
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were on the left.
Come on. Got him. Oh, that's big. That's big. I seen him come up on the live scope. It had just got long when I set the hook.
You can always tell when they look a little better on live scope because you got a bigger smile.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
This is big.
That's got something to it.
Oh yeah. On the Kalen's show jig and a night crawler. Woo! This is big. This is big. Just straight underneath the boat.
Waves are actually flinging you more than you think.
There he is. Oh yeah, let's go.
It's a good fish.
Miller. Look at how
Off in the
thick,
net.
off in the net. Look at the thick.
Ace.
Oh, that is a giant. Let's go. That's what we're after right there. What a tank. Do we got ourselves a 30? 29 and a quarter? My goodness. That right there is a northern Green Bay walleye. Dark gold colors, super awesome characteristics to these fish. And that's what we were after right there. And we got a good morning of fishing left in front of us. Let's get this girl back in the water here. Whew, she's all ready to go. That's the one good thing about fishing in the fall, this time of the year. You know, we got 65-degree water. So these fish are still in their summer patterns. You can catch them in their summer patterns. And during that summertime when the water's really warm, sometimes these fish can be babies when they're going back. You really got to baby them. This time of the year, you got that cold water. You know they're going to release good. They're going to get back down there and they're going to stay healthy. But that right there is how you want to start the morning out. So one thing that I still get asked quite a bit about is how to break down water. And obviously with Green Bay being such a big body of water, it can be tough to kind of figure out if it's your first time out, where to start. The cool thing about Garmin is you can actually go into your mapping and use depth shading. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in just a second. But what I'll do is I'll actually use that depth shading to my advantage. Green Bay, with as large as it is, actually fishes pretty small. You know, there's actually a lot of water out here that is unfishable, if you will. And with that depth shading, you're going to be able to highlight areas that you should be looking to target and kind of eliminate a lot of that other dead water. So if we go ahead and jump up on my graph here, I actually have my graph kind of highlighted on just a random area, but this is very similar to what we are fishing today. If I go into my options here, go on to layers, and if I go into my chart, I will find the word depth on here. And right here, you're gonna have depth shading at the top. And if I click that, it'll turn it off. Obviously, now you can see there's nothing on the screen. It's just plain white. And now what I like to do is keep that depth shading on. And if we go into that, you can see you got 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, and so on. And what that is doing is basically breaking those depth increments out. That way they show in colors on my screen. So I got it set out right now to 35 feet. What I'll do is I'll add a new depth range, and I can actually go now from 35 to 40, and that's already set, and I'll make that another color here. And the reason why I like doing that is now anything to that 40-foot mark is gonna be highlighted. So those are gonna be areas on Green Bay that I'm gonna be looking to target. So now that I have that set, I can go through that body of water and look for areas that are gonna be less than 40 feet. Anything over that 40-foot mark, I'm likely not gonna be wanting to target on this body of water. So it's really gonna cut down on the amount of time that I'm doing searching around for fishable water. And this is kind of giving me a good idea of what I'm looking to fish. Now today we're fishing obviously a big reef structure that's out here on Green Bay that has some very deep water off the edges of it. And when I get up on top of these humps or these offshore reef structures, what I like to do is hang around those edges. That's exactly kind of what we're doing today. We're just staying on the edges of these humps. Granted, there's probably going to be some fish up on top of these humps, but we're targeting those bigger fish. And a lot of those bigger suspended marks that you're seeing hanging off the edges of these reef structures out here are going to be those big pelagic walleyes. I'll be able to find all sorts of offshore structure here now very quickly by using that depth shading. So next time you're out on the water, try using some depth shading. Whether you got Garmin's or any other electronic unit on your boat, you should have the capabilities of doing some shading on your graph. It's going to help you break down some water quicker and find those fishable areas a lot faster. That way you can put some good fish in the boat. That's a good walleye. Heck yeah, look at how thick they are. That's Green Bay walleye written all over it.
Gosh.
There she goes.
I'm gonna get the next one.
No zero for you today.
No zero for me.
Come on. Come on. Got him. That's a nice fish. That's just another gorgeous Green Bay fish. Absolutely. She's rough. Later on. Got one? Good one? You got a walleye?
I don't think so. Get him?
Yep.
Nice dark deep fish.
Oh, just ready to munch. There she goes.
He's going.
If I'm being completely honest, it's getting quite fun out here. These waves they're getting bigger and bigger. Come on. Really? Eat it. Got him.
Just swing and miss. Oh,
He hit it. He got him. I just let him eat it a little bit. It looks big on the live scope. It didn't feel big at first, but now it's digging down. They're being so picky right now. Lumix just going nuts. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah.
Heck yeah. Purple show jig, one of my favorites this year out on Green Bay, and it has been a staple to putting some really nice fish in the boat. They got a great selection of colors from 1/8 ounce all the way up to 3/8 ounce, and they have shown to put some really nice fish in the boat, just like this one. 26 right on the dot, so just another respectable fish, but here we go. She was ready to go back, I think, just a little bit. Got him. Got him. That was so difficult to do just because of the waves. This is a good fish too. You know, the transducer had come out of the water and I just had to keep opening my bail, giving myself slack. That way I knew that jig was staying in the strike zone. It's super important to just kind of understand like how that jig is working on your live scope unit. You know, you see it going up and down with the waves. It could be a turnoff to those fish. So opening that bail, making sure that that jig is trying to stay buoyant can be the difference between getting that fish to bite and having them swim away. And I think this is gonna be a good fish to end the day on, Ted. She's starting to get a little rough out here. Beautiful, beautiful way to end the day right there. Tell me they're eating it without telling me. That is awesome. Probably a 24 incher. Doesn't get any better than that. Hopefully you guys learned something about locating fish on any given body of water for that matter. Like I said, that depth shading, it's a great technique and it's gonna help you find fish like this a lot quicker on especially bigger bodies of water where you got a lot of water to break down. Just keep in mind when you do start catching some fish, try to keep those areas that you're fishing in the back of your mind. That way you can start looking for other areas that look similar to where you're catching those fish. And there's a good chance there's gonna be other areas with just as many fish as you're seeing. But we're gonna get that one put back. Just like that is how you wrap up a video. I think we're gonna get things wrapped up. We're gonna head back to the landing. She's getting kind of rough out here and it's only supposed to get a little more sporty as the morning goes on, but it was a fun couple of hours. We'll see you guys over at the boat landing. And just like that, we are gonna call it a wrap out here in Door County. You know, Door County is not only home to some giant Green Bay walleyes, but it's also home to some amazing landscape. I mean, the views just don't get any better up here. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully you learned something. The biggest goal of this video is to kind of walk through what I do if I'm going to a new body of water, if I'm going to a different part on Green Bay, how I break it down and what I look for, and some of the easiest ways to do that. Some of these bodies of water, they're very, very big, but quite honestly, a lot of those big bodies of water can fish quite small. So it's all about looking in the right spots and being more efficient when you are looking for those spots. But we are gonna head home. I'm gonna get this content put on the computer and start doing some editing. That way I can get this video posted for you guys. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. As always, keep living your dream. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.